Tonight, it marks the start of Passover, a major celebration for members of the Jewish faith.
Millions of families will gather around the table tonight in commemoration of Israelites' escape from slavery in Egypt.
Atlanta News First, Carly Barnett, live in Midtown. And Carly, the celebration, it happened for a lot of folks tonight at the same time when anti-Semitism is on the rise.
Sean Allen, you're absolutely right. On one hand, it's looking back to the past and seeing how far they've come. But on the other hand, looking ahead to the future and being a little bit on edge tonight in light of some new data that I'm about to give you. But I spoke with a local gentleman. He said Passover is actually a really appropriate time to be talking about this rise in anti-Semitism because the holiday is about Israelites escaping from Pharaoh's rule who wanted to destroy them. So he says it's actually a very timely discussion. However, he wishes he wasn't having it in 2023. Dove Wilker says this Passover, he and his family look back on how far they've come, but also their reality in 2023.
The Jewish community and families gather together to celebrate Passover and be reminded of the tragedies and obstacles that we've had to overcome. And so anti-Semitism is one of those obstacles.
The Anti-Defamation League's Center on Extremism just released their audit of 2022. The report says anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. went up 36%, the highest level recorded since 1979. The data says assaults increased 26%, harassment 39%, and vandalism up 52%. In February, anti-Jewish flyers turned up in a Dunwoody neighborhood. Herbie Ziskin with the Biden administration spoke with Atlanta News First Wednesday about what's being done nationally.
The president established an interagency task force across the administration, across the federal government, to better coordinate our response to the rise in anti-Semitism across agencies, across the White House. We're working on a report that will be released that is the first national strategy to counter the rise in anti-Semitism.
The American Jewish Committee held a unity seder at the temple in Midtown in an effort to bring together people of all faiths. Efforts like this, Wilker hopes, will prevent these issues.
The overlapping of Ramadan, of Easter, and of Passover is a unique reminder of the important role that faith plays in our community, of the responsibilities that we have towards one another.
Now, it was just a few weeks ago that a bill to define anti-Semitism in an effort to help convict hate crimes did not pass in this legislative session. It stalled out after concerns of free speech. Live in Midtown, Carly Barnett, Atlanta News First.